of cannabis investing, with this new president we have now?
So does it affect the cannabis? Does the new president, President Biden, does he affect his presidency affect the cannabis market?
Mm.
Yes. My name is Courtney Richardson. I am the founder of the Ivy Investor. I am a generational wealth enthusiast. You can catch me on FYI Fly, the podcast.
What's up, my fly folks out there? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing all right. And today we're speaking with cannabis investing expert and former stockbroker, Miss Courtney Richardson, the Ivy Investor. How you doing, Queen?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Happy to be here with you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, you already know. You already know. So before we jump into our interview, I want to ask you a few icebreaker questions. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So my first question is, what does financial freedom mean to you?
Time.
Mm-hmm.
It just means an excess of time. Because I think when we are looking at, normally we're taught that we have to work to make money. But financial freedom tells you that you don't have to work to make money. So one of the things that just your biggest commodity or the biggest thing that you have, I mean, the most expensive thing I should say you have, you're able to kind of free up your time. And that means that you can do whatever you want. And that means if you want to lay in bed and do nothing, all the way to go just seeing, I don't know, in the French Riviera, you had those options.
Mm. And that's one of the most important things that I like to, touch on when I get asked this question too, is time and that option freedom. That's what I really believe, financial freedom means to me. So, I have to ask the $1,000,000 question. Everyone wants to know, does our new president affect the cannabis market? And what's the future of cannabis investing, with this new president we have now?
So does it affect the cannabis? Does the new president, President Biden, does he affect his presidency affect the cannabis market?
Mm.
Yes. Now, to what extent? I don't know.
Mm.
In the perfect world, I would say that they would pass the MORE Act, which is the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment Expungement Act. I think I got it right. And the MORE Act dealt with social justice. It actually has levies an excise tax on cannabis, and that money generated from the excise tax goes to social justice programs. So really well thought out bill. That's the perfect world. I like to liken marijuana to prohibition. And so prohibition is when alcohol was illegal in the United States for the period of time from 1920 to like 1931 or so.
Okay.
And the reason why I liken it to prohibition, because it's very similar. So New York, I think in 1924 was like, the heck with this.
Mm.
We're not doing this anymore. Federal agents, y'all can go pound sand. And other states followed suit. So kind of the same thing with cannabis right now is that, Colorado said, California did medical marijuana. And then I believe Colorado was the very first state to actually legalize recreational. And then it was Washington. Okay. And then all these other states started coming up with recreational.
Mm.
So because what everybody saw what Colorado did, because they're like, Colorado's getting money.
Mm.
Like, well, wait a sec, we try to get like Colorado. But here's the thing, now that we're in a really precarious situation when it comes to the economy, we need to find some money. And how do you find some money? Is you tax something that's never been taxed before. So you legalize marijuana and you tax it. But that's what happened with, and then basically they left it to the states. There's like, states, y'all doing what y'all want anyway.
Mm.
So you guys figure out if you guys how you want to handle your alcohol. And that's why every state has a little bit different. Like I live in Pennsylvania and the government handles all the alcohol.
Mm.
And in Jersey, it's like a free for all. So every state does it differently. And I believe one of the states like in the Bible Belt was dry. Like they were like, I don't know what to tell you. So every state, and I think that's probably what's going to happen with marijuana, is that the states are going to be able to kind of do whatever they want, because that's basically what the states are doing right now. So I just think that's where it's going to go. But I don't know on what time period that's going to happen on, but it has to happen quickly, because the majority that they have in the House and the Senate, I don't think we're going to have it for long. I think we may got 2 years. So whatever crazy stuff you need to push through, let's go. And then also they're on the clock. So I don't know if you're aware that the Canopy Growth Company, CGC, is out of Canada. They got into an option agreement with Acreage, which is John Boehner's company
Okay.
in the United States. So one of the things about these companies is that they're traded like Cannabis Growth Company is the largest. They're traded in the United States on the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, I've seen
And
that.
the reason why, but companies like Acreage or Trulieve or any of the other ones that are floating around, MedMen, they can't trade on the United States Stock Exchange because they're engaged in illegal business. So I'll put
Hmm.
that in perspective. So they're the Canadian companies have an eye on the U.S. market because Canada is small. As much as we think as Canada is super big, it's really not. I mean, in terms of population, it's a very massive country, but in terms of actually population, it's not. So when we're looking at Canada, we're like, okay, Canada's looking at us, and we're looking at Canada because they already have the infrastructure. We have the people, they have the infrastructure. So why would you not like join like Transformers or Voltron or whatever and
Yeah.
take it to the next level? So I give you that analogy to say, Canopy Growth Company and Acreage are in an option agreement. So if marijuana becomes legal in the next 7 years, which is actually 7 years from when they inked the deal, which I think was 2 years ago. So I think they have 5 years left. They'll
Okay.
actually Canopy Growth Company will purchase Acreage. So they'll
Mm.
automatically have a footprint in the United
That's
States.
gonna be huge.
Exactly. My name is Courtney Richardson. I'm the founder of the Ivy Investor. I'm a generational wealth enthusiast. You download FYI Fly, the app coming soon.